Alright, so I'll take the king of clubs. What we're going to do is give it a little bit of a flick here, just like this. If you do it enough times, it'll change into the ace of hearts. What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing well. Back with our coffee, maybe? I don't know. And yeah, I got this after I got married. Anyways, I just want to give you a quick update on what the rest of the year is going to look like in terms of assessments. So, you guys get the email from Mr. Harris saying that we're not going to have a final exam. So, instead of having the final exam for Algebra 2, what the rest of the year is going to look like is you will have your test on Chapter 4, and that's going to be the last test. And I said you guys aren't going to have a binder check. I will be dropping the lowest 200 points, so that should take care of everything to make everything as fair as possible and accurate as possible. So that's what it's going to be for Algebra 2. Just one more test, you'll have one more quiz the last week of school before the 12th, and then that'll be it. Alright, for geometry, what you guys are going to be doing for your final assessment is you're going to take the study guide that you would have done beforehand to prepare for the test, and that's going to be your final. So today I'm going to post the final study guide, and you guys will have to get that done before the 12th, and that's going to be our entire scope of the semester. So that's the last assignment that you guys will have to do for the quarter. Now you guys do have a test on chapter 12 and 13, and that's going to be due the same day as the final exam study guide, but I'm going to kind of scale back the homework to make it a little bit easier, just so you guys can not get overwhelmed, hopefully. So yeah, that's going to be our, again, final exam is the final exam study guide. If you guys have any questions about that, make sure you let me know because it might be confusing. I hope not. Hope I explained it pretty well, but that's what we're going to be doing. I'll probably shoot out an email kind of explaining everything too. Alright, that's it for me. Enjoy the lectures. Alright, so today we're looking at the 4-6 worksheet, and again, as usual, if you haven't done the worksheet, pause the video, go ahead and complete it first, and then come back and watch this video to make sure that you did all the questions right. Alright, so question 1, we're looking at how to simplify each of our natural logarithms. Number 1, we have ln the natural log of e raised to the 5x. So remember, whenever you have the natural log and e next to each other, that's a assumed base e, so they cancel out, and I'm left with 5x. Question 2, same thing, you get those cancel out, x minus 5y. Number 3, you take this portion right here, those cancel each other out, that will be equal to x, but you still have the 2 right here, so it'll be equal to 2x. Number 4, there's an e right there, log base e, so those cancel each other out, and you're left with x to the 5th. Number 5, those cancel, you're left with x plus y. This one here, number 6, the e and the ln, so you have e to the 4 natural log of x, they're not next to each other, so I can't cancel yet. What I have to do is reverse plog, you'll get e to the natural log of x to the 4th. Now they cancel, I'm left with x raised to the power of 4. Number 7, if $800 was invested into stocks with an interest rate of 20%, how long until it reaches $10,000? So again, with this formula, we're going to be using A-P-E-R-T, A-PERT, where A is the final amount, the total amount, which is 10,000. P is your principal, or the original, which is 800. R is the rate, interest rate, which is 20% or 0.2. And then we're asked to find the time, because how long. So t, I don't know. So to solve this, what we're going to do is plug in our information. So 10,000 is equal to 800 e raised to the 0.2 t. Now I'll divide both sides by 800, because I want to isolate my variable on one side. 800, or 10,000 divided by 800, that's going to give you 12.5. Let me do this in a different color. .5 equals e to the 0.2 t. Now to bring our variable down, I need to take the natural log of both sides. Is equal to the natural log of e raised to the 0.2 t. So the natural log of 12.5 equals the natural log of e to the 0.2 t. Those cancel each other out, and you're left with the natural log of 12.5 equals 0.2 t. Now I divide both sides by 0.2, divide by 0.2, and we'll get t is equal to the natural log of 12.5 over 0.2, which gives you approximately 12.63 years. Number 8, what is the total amount for an investment of $10,000 invested at 8.5% for 10 years compounded continuously? So again, a PERT. A is our unknown, because that's our total amount that we're trying to figure out. P is 10,000. R is 0.085, because you take 8.5, move it two decimal place, 2 places to the left, and then T, we have 10 years. So using a PERT, we get 10,000 times E raised to the, let me write this a little bigger. A is equal to 10,000 E raised to the 0.085 times, that should be 10,000. Just kidding. It's 10. I was looking at that, then I saw it was 10 years, so T is 10. So I get 10,000 E to the 0. Multiply both of those together, and you get 0.85. Now this, I can just enter into my calculator. So I enter that into my calculator, 10,000 times E raised to the 0.85, and you get our approximate value of so A is equal to, it's $23,396.47. So that's number 8. Number 9. If $200,000 was invested into stocks with an interest rate of 2%, how long until it reaches $1 million? For this one, we're still using a PERT. A is going to be 1 million, because that's what we're trying to, the total amount we're trying to reach. Principal is $200,000. Interest rate is 2% or 0.02, and then we don't know T. That's what we're trying to solve for. So using a PERT, we get 1 million is equal to 200,000 E raised to the 0.02
t. I divide both sides by 200,000. That will give me, that will give you 5 is equal to E, write this lower, 5 is equal to E raised to the 0.02t. I take the natural log of both sides. I get the natural log of 5 is equal to, those cancel out, I'm left with 0.02t. So I divide by 0.02t, or with 0.02, leave the t on the other side. I enter that into my calculator. The natural log of 5 divided by 0.02, and make sure when you enter this into your calculator, you do 5 and then make sure you close that parenthesis before dividing by 0.02, because if you don't close the parenthesis, what you'll actually be taking the log of is 5 over 0.02, which you don't want. And that will give you 80.47 years. So it would take approximately 80.47 years if you took $200,000 and invested at 2% rate to reach $1 million. Last question. What is the total amount for an investment of $20 invested at 2.3% for 2 years and compounded continuously? Using a PERT. A, we don't know because that's our total amount. Our principal is $20. Our rate, 2.3%, which is 0.023. And our time is 2 years. So when I enter this in, I get 20 times E raised to the 0.023 times 2. That is going to give you 20 times E raised to the 0.046. Now I enter this into my calculator, and that will give me the final amount of $20.94. So that is the solutions to the worksheet. Now last thing, here's the extra credit problem, extra credit assignment. Now the question states is, who wants to be a millionaire? So for this extra credit assignment, look up the average annual income of the career field that you would like to go in after you graduate college or high school for that matter, if you don't want to go to college. Imagine if your first year employed, you take 10% of that income and put it into a bank account where the interest is continuously compounded. And the question you have to answer is this. What would your interest rate have to be in order for the total amount of your investment to be $1 million by the time you are 50 years old? So we're going to assume that you start saving when you're 22. So from 22 until you're 50, that's the amount of time you're going to be looking at. How long would it take, or what would your interest rate have to be to $1 million by that time? So to receive full credit, there's 3 questions you have to answer. Those 3 questions is, what career field do you want to go into? What is the average annual income of that field? So you can just go on Google, look it up, and then answer this question. Find the solution to what's the interest rate. So if you do all 3 of those things, you will get some extra credit. But you do have to be clear on which question you're answering. So your solution should look something like this, like question 1, I want to be whatever. Question 2, they make whatever per year. And then question 3, you'll be doing your math to answer the question. And obviously, your name and whatnot. So that is the extra credit. You can find it in Classroom. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. See ya.